There's power hidden inside all of us. Once you find it, there's no turning back. So choose your weapon, your champion, your challenge, and game on. Summon your strength.
Prime Talks at IEM Katowice 2018. We are in the middle of the finals, so thank you so much for watching it here with us right now at Predator Prime Talks. I'm Brittany Johnson. I'm going to be with you in the chat, taking your questions that you're going to ask me using hashtag Predator Gaming for our special guest today. But in the meantime, we've got Alex and Kelly over here to analyze the match that's happening right now.
Thank you, Brittany. What an amazing week it has been, all building up to this moment right now. $500,000 on the line again for this IEM Katowice World Championship in Counter-Strike. This is the grand final, a best of 5 between FaZe and Fnatic, a rematch from a match earlier in the tournament where Fnatic actually beat FaZe 2-0, but the story is a little bit different right now, Kelly. FaZe is up 13-5 in map number 1.
But it's map number 1.
It is.
Anything can happen.
But FaZe started T-side, and they just are dominant right now. They look so good. It's crazy.
We already saw Fnatic take FaZe into the loser's side, but every interview that we've had asking who do they think has got it, all of them have said FaZe. And looking at this match right now, it's looking in the favor of FaZe. But I just want to take this moment actually to thank everyone at Predator Gaming, Intel, and of course here at the ESL for allowing this to happen and for allowing us to be a part of it. This is our first time here at Katowice, and it's been a phenomenal experience so far. So thank you. And of course, the CSGO scene has been amazing.
And StarCraft also wrapped up. Congratulations to Rogue, the world champion in StarCraft. That guy is having a crazy performance.
What did they say? 6 like majors?
He's won so many tournaments. Reminds me of Bjorn from last year. And look out for Esports Player of the Year conversations, but that's another conversation. But yeah, Counter-Strike's going on right now. The grand final, FaZe against Fnatic, and we're looking at it as we speak. Yeah, Fnatic's on T side at the moment, so they have a lot of work to do. FaZe is playing CT side, so technically they had the advantage. I look for them to kind of wrap up map number 1 here, and I feel like they're going to take a 1-0 advantage. It's 14-5 at this point. We'll see what happens. But first, we have some top plays to go through.
That's right.
From the week. So we're going to count down these top plays, and they're not in any order right now. We need your help to decide which of these plays is the best. So let's go ahead and go through these top plays, starting with Guardian from FaZe. He's been having a legendary tournament. Look at him hopping onto Olaf Meister, coming over to the side, and a nice headshot there from Guardian. That is your first play. Again, use the hashtag Predator Gaming on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook to get your vote in.
The second one we got here is Twists from Team Liquid getting a triple kill here.
Oh, yeah. Team Liquid, of course, they fell a little bit earlier on in the tournament, but there's a nice play there from Twist. Moving on to Nico from FaZe. He's been having an incredible tournament as well. Look at the patience here. Sees to freeze. Like, you know what? I'm not going to shoot yet. I'm going to wait a little bit. I know.
Well, he didn't know who else was going to come out. Right. He only saw one thing there. It's patient. A lot of people think it's just run and gun. It's not. CSGO is about being observant and knowing where your opponents are and yourself.
It's just so much depth in Counter-Strike is wonderful. Then we have Dupree from Astralis. Some cheeky play here. 1 down on Rain. And again, this is against FaZe right now. Olaf Meister down, and Dupree is going to be very happy about that. And finally, moving on into the last play we have for you, Golden from Fnatic. Got a nice 3-kill from him. And again, Golden helping Fnatic reach the grand final of this tournament. So those are your 5 plays that you are voting for. Please let us know which one is your favorite. Again, use the hashtag Predator Gaming on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch to get your vote in, and you'll have a chance to win a $20 Steam gift card. So definitely take advantage of that. But here we are, back in our grand finals. FaZe is looking super awesome. Kelly, I might be joining the FaZe bandwagon right now because it is a team that is so full of talent, and they're showing up in this grand final big time.
You know what? I'm gonna say that I'm a fan of Fnatic, and I'm gonna give it to them.
Kelly, can you stop that? Can you stop
The
it?
puns?
No, we love it.
Okay.
We love it. Thanks, Kelly. Remember,
welcome.
vote on your top plays. We're going back to Brittany.
Kelly, you're so punny. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, put your vote in. You can win a $20 Steam gift card. Also, I'm here in the chat with you right now. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you're at, use hashtag Predator Gaming to get your questions in for our next special guest. Maybe this next commercial will give you a hint who it is.
Here we are again, in 2018 in Katowice, waiting for IEM. In a few days, thousands of people will be waiting in line to get inside, to feel emotions, to participate, to see the game. Let's go and take a look inside. In 2013, IEM for the first time took a place in Poland, and that is where the story begins. The IEM in Poland kept growing, reaching 173,000 visitors in 2017. It was the record so far. The record that we will beat this year. The story of IEM is a story of growth. They started from small events and turned into a big platform which attracts so many people, brands and products. The IEM grew as the industry grew. IEM is the main reason for esports popularity in Poland. It is peaceful now, but it's not going to be in a few days. For me personally, IEM is the world's best event, and Polish crowd is the greatest. The atmosphere created by them here in Spodek can help the players rise above the hype of all. As a player, I've been to majors, and I know the feeling of being watched. But being watched and cheered by Polish crowd is always the best feeling. This is what we play for, this is why we do it. To compete, to fight, to win. History will be made. Join us at IEM Katowice.
Who our next guest is going to be from that video? It should very well be obvious. Our next guest joining us today on Predator Prime Talks is Innocent.
Thank you, Brittany. Yes, Innocent joining us here on the set. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're having an awesome Katowice. How are you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing fine. It's like super good events as always, and I'm just enjoying the games and fans and everything.
So you say, as always, this isn't your first Katowice.
I live like 10 minutes away, so it's
Oh.
like.
Well, what was your first one?
I mean, the first one I played on the stage now, so but it wasn't part of the main event, so but it was still good. Like it was still a lifetime experience.
Well, awesome to have you here. And again, a reminder, everyone, if you have a question for Innocent, please use the hashtag Predator Gaming, and Brittany's going to be watching that and getting those questions asked. So, Innocent, first thing I want to ask, would you like a refreshment? We have still water, sparkling water, Red Bull.
Yeah, I'll go with sparkling water.
Sparkling water, excellent choice. And I want to say we're going to have the game up on the big screen back here. So at any point, if you want to talk about what's going on, we can definitely do that. Of course, the grand finals are going on right now between FaZe and Fnatic. And I kind of want to start there, actually. This is the grand final of the World Championship. Yes, thank you. What are your thoughts right now on FaZe versus Fnatic and the path they've taken through the tournament and your expectations for this matchup?
Honestly, I'm super surprised about Fnatic's performance. It's actually they're really good in Katowice always. Like I guess it's third final in Katowice for Fnatic. But yeah, like I'm still surprised because they're not doing so well lately. Lately, I mean like last year or so, after departure of Dennis and Olof. Yeah, but they are again in the final and they actually managed to beat FaZe once in this tournament, and it was pretty easy game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of shocked, but yeah, FaZe was actually obvious. I mean, to me they are the best team in the world right now, and actually I think I read something that they are the most successful active lineup at this
Ooh.
moment. So
What are the metrics there, if you know? Is it like championship victories or?
honestly,
Just-
I mean it's just. I guess it's just a mix of everything, like championships, semifinals, and stuff. So it's like, I guess they only had like one bad event, which wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like lots of finals and semifinals. So it's clearly the best team in the world right now.
It's, I mean, yeah, clearly FaZe. Everyone keeps talking about FaZe and how
Boston
they're going to be
Major,
winning.
they
And,
got second.
but why was Fnatic able to take down FaZe, clearly the best team?
Yeah, that's the good question. I mean, they had to work hard to this event because it's like, I guess for the teams like this, they always have like this one special event in the year, maybe one, maybe two events like this that they just go all in into the preparation. Because if you actually play every event for the 100% of your possibilities, then you actually will burn out pretty fast. So I guess their main attention was towards IEM, and yeah, I don't know, maybe it's some special event for them too. And also Crims is playing excellent.
You were talking about burnout, and I want to know your opinion on how do you find a way to balance playing so much CSGO, traveling around for it, because you've been playing for so long and there's so many tournaments going on. How do you find a way to stay healthy and stay?
Honestly, it's really hard to like be a consistent player. I always admire players like, I don't know, Nico, Coldzera, that are having like always like sick ratings and stuff. And I was always wondering how to do it. And then I read some, I think Reddit Ask Me Anything with Coldzera, and he said that he's playing 3-4 hours deathmatch every day, which is like, I mean, I'm trying it, not so much because it's like I feel it's too much for me, but I'm trying to, since like, I don't know, 1.5 months, I'm playing 2 hours deathmatch every day. And honestly, I never felt so consistent and confident in CS. So I guess it's just the amount of time and hard work you put into playing, and then it's all good. Obviously, you need like some free days and stuff because yeah, travel days. It's like maybe it's a free day from playing, but it's also exhausting day because yeah, travels are exhausting. Even if it's like a short trip to I don't know, Berlin or whatever, then you have to wake up most of the times early. Then you sleep in the plane, which is not really good. Then you wake up and it's like whole day is pretty messy. So yeah, I mean, the golden solution is to just find some time to chill, but don't forget about the individual practice and routine.
And I want to go back to what you were mentioning about deathmatch and you know, the potential benefits of that. Have you come up? You mentioned how much you're playing deathmatch now. Do you think there's a perfect balance, or if you were to give a recommendation to players trying to get better at home, splitting time between, or I guess a good way for pros to approach it, splitting time between focusing on your skill sets in deathmatch versus playing scrims, or you know, really communicating with your team and fleshing out plays and whatnot?
I mean, it depends on, like, every person is different, right? So everyone will have their own style of practicing and doing it the most efficient way. But as for me, every day I just wake up, then I go shower, I eat something, then make myself a coffee, and I'm playing 1 hour deathmatch. It's like normal deathmatch. Then I have after I have some time to chill or so, and I don't know, just hang out, watch TV, go gym or something. Then we have scrims, and yeah, after the scrims, I just play 1 more hour of the only headshot mode deathmatch, and yeah, that's my routine. Sometimes, I mean, usually like 3 times in a week, I'm also streaming. I'm trying to do it like, I don't know, 12 streams in the month, so it's like 3 4 streams in the week. And then I stream like in the practice day, I don't know, before the practice or after, it depends, because now we have like possibilities to actually practice also in the morning, because CS developed, a lot of players can do it full time, so it's possible. So yeah, like 2 hours deathmatch at the end of the day and at the start of the day for me personally, and also streaming and playing or just playing.
So with streaming, what are you streaming? Are you streaming scrims? Are you streaming deathmatch? Or what's the overall structure of the streams that you present to your audience?
Usually I'm just streaming. I mean, some like in real life, I'm just talking with my viewers and stuff.
Oh.
And yeah, but mostly the streams have. Sometimes it's actually deathmatch, because it's really hard to actually play also in the team and try to stream on the daily basis. So sometimes I just stream this 1 hour deathmatch that I have into my daily routine, and then I play like, I don't know, 3 hours of Polish Pro League, which is basically something like Face It Pro League, but only for Poland. And yeah, I'm just playing with Polish players, and yeah, that's mostly what I'm doing. Sometimes I just play, I don't know, 1 game in PUBG or something, but it's like not that much. I'm focusing mostly on CS. I don't like to play other games that much.
Can you talk a little bit about the Polish scene? And I'm sure you've traveled a lot, been able to experience a lot of the different scenes. And how does the Polish scene differ from the rest?
I think at this moment in Poland we have like crazy amount of really, really good players. I mean, players that could be good, because to me, like CS is more than just a player that can click headshots, right? It's
Right.
like you need experience, you need to have like proper routine and stuff. So we have a lot of talented players that could at some point become the stars, but yeah, they need somebody to learn them how to use the potential they have. So at this moment, I think the Polish scene is good, or is actually on the very good path to become good eventually.
So are you saying that like you need a coach to like find the best players and put them together and then like, find that synergy between them? Or is it someone in the Polish scene needs to start like leading the rest?
I think it's like, for example, I don't know, person like me could be like at some point that I just decide that I want to like get 4 good players that are young, and just try to like show them the experience that I have.
Oh, like a
from playing.
mentor.
Yeah, like I mean, maybe not the mentor, but like respected in-game leader or something like
Okay.
that, because it's really, really hard to actually trust somebody who you don't respect that much. Because if you make a team with only, for example, I don't know, 16-year-old guys, right, 5 guys like this, and they don't have like more respect towards one player, they just treat themselves as equal, or sometimes they treat themselves better than the others, right? So when there is a guy with more experience, and they just listen, and I think that's the way. But it's also hard sometimes. It's like people don't really listen to other experienced players as well. So it's like depending on the player. But yeah, I think if like these 4 guys, for example, they really want to win, and they want to become maybe not the best team, but like top contender at some point, it's really easy. We just need to have like 5 players that are on the same path.
Dedicated, ready to play together and ready to play a lot. Now, majority of last year you were on Penta, and now you are. Can you go ahead and explain your current team and the path you've taken from leaving Penta to the current team that you have now?
Honestly, I don't know how that happened, that we actually ended in the roster that we have. I guess it was. I mean, we had a choice to pick. I mean, it was me, Crystal, and Zen left in Penta back then, and then we had a chance to pick two players. It was Dennis and Speedy, or the other guys that I'm not sure if I mentioned it publicly, so I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, we decided to go with those two because I don't know, we felt like we needed some experienced player because we have like skill and stuff, so it's we actually should go with the experience. And yeah, Crystal, Dennis, and Speedy were playing together at the majors. They were legends twice in 2014 and 15. So I don't know. They said that we can just repeat what they had back then, and that's how we created Seed that became Sprout after.
So what's after Sprout? Is it a sapling?
I guess it's
Tree.
something like this. Yeah, maybe.
I actually have a question from the chat. X3CKY from Twitch asks, can you tell us about the plans coming up with Sprout, your schedule, and what you're doing to improve?
I mean, in Sprout we have like, I mean, we actually had that in Penta. It's the same system. Every day we just meet. For example, if we say we will start practice at 15, then we meet at 14 or 13. It depends on how much stuff we have, and then it's just like 2 hours of conversation. What went wrong last time? What we can improve? What can we change? What can we like do better in certain runs? Yeah, and that's basically how every day begins. And it was same in Penta, and it is now. That's the routine in the team. And yeah, apart of that, everyone is obviously playing also their own game, as I do with the Polish Pro League and Deathmatch. So we actually spend a lot of time trying to improve this team. We obviously watch demos and stuff. We try to help each other. We have really great coach. So shout out to Toby. He's like he's the first person that I actually believed in, like a coach. And he's really different from the other guys that I worked on the same position. And he actually also created my style, sort of, because I was also lost, not sure how to use my abilities in the game. But then I don't know, I was just talking with him every day, basically. I mean, even during the officials and practice games, he was just chatting with me all the time on the private. And yeah, I feel like I became much more consistent and confident player in what I'm doing. And also he showed me like that I can, for example, hold bomb sites alone, which I hated before, and I said that I need to be rotator always. But now, I don't know, I just believed him.
We got to hear a little bit about your present, but I want to hear about your past. And have you always been playing Counter-Strike since 1.6 or Source? What was your start in video games?
I guess the first time I started with CS, I think it was actually my dad that brought CS to the house.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure it was my dad. I was like, I don't know, maybe 9 years old or something. Not really good parenting, I guess. Yeah, but
The best parenting.
I mean now it's
Yeah.
normal, but back then
Yeah,
it
sure.
might sound different. But yeah, I think it was my father that actually did it, and he was also playing with me, and we had like, I don't know, like whole neighborhood was connected, and we were just playing with every other guys, like
That's awesome.
30 people meeting in
Wow.
the evening
That's
and playing
great.
together. It was actually really fun.
Who was better, you or your dad back then?
Back then, that was possibly my dad, but yeah, that changed quickly. Yeah, and I remember he had nickname Rambo.
Nice.
I like
That
it.
was
That's a
really,
serious
really,
nickname.
really serious. I remember that.
So we are actually about to see the start of game number 2 here between FaZe and Fnatic. And FaZe obviously up 1-0. Really quick, can you give your thoughts on game 2 and what you think that Fnatic needs to focus on here to bring things back?
Honestly, looking at the map, I would say it's the peak of FaZe. I mean, I'm not sure actually, but I always saw FaZe just destroying people here. So it's like, I don't really know. I mean, you have to be excellent on every surface when facing FaZe Clan in the grand final of any tournament.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, FaZe Clan is like heavy favorite to win this game. So it's like basically Fnatic cannot do any mistakes and they just need to shoot like a monsters. So yeah, I don't know. I will go with FaZe anyway.
We'll see what happens. Guardian already down to 11 HP somehow.
Wow,
I don't know how that worked, but
I actually have a question from the chat again. Okay, there's so many I can't decide which one. X Benny KK, who do you think is the best AWPer in the world currently?
is he in this match?
Probably. I wouldn't say that. I don't like this. I don't like this making any player like the best player because, for example, you have. I would say you have 4 best players in the world, and that would be Rain, Nico, Coldzera, and Simple. That would be like, and maybe Fair also. So it's like 5 players that are basically the best, and it's only up to the day or month or great tournaments that they have, and it's like they are mixing. Once the Nico is the best, then it's Rain is the best, and that's how I see it. It's not like some player is like super dominant and he can change the game. Obviously, Simple now. Actually, this is the time for Simple, right? He's like incredible for the last 3 months. He had like 140 rating or something. I don't even know if I saw that before, except Zywo guy, but like the young French guy. But it was only online, and Simple actually faces the best players in the world. So it's
Man.
The same person also wants to know, what do you think is going to happen with Virtus Pro, and do you think they should change the roster or keep practicing together?
I don't think it's actually up to them.
Really?
Because as far as I know, Mihu is on loan. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on Virtus Pro if they actually want to buy him out, because everyone knows that the buyout of Mihu would be like some sort of record of transfer in esports. So yeah, I guess it's actually organization have like a lot to say there, but obviously I think they should try to play with him more. Like, I don't know, give it 2 months or so to play together. I mean, they were sticking with the same lineup for like almost 5 years or so. So I don't know, 1 extra month will not hurt to actually try to get the best out of the lineup they have now. But then obviously if they don't become what they want to become, and that's obviously champions, because players like VP doesn't want to be in quarterfinals, they want to win again.
Right.
So yeah, if they don't achieve that, then they should try again, like to get a new player, and then try until it works.
You were mentioning your father a bit before, and I want to know how he feels currently, and especially when you first started getting into the competitive side of CSGO. Has he always been supportive of you?
Not always.
Even though he brought CS into your life?
Yeah, I mean, it was like back then it was different, right? You didn't have money. I was going to sleep at, let's say, 3, and then I was waking up at 6.
Oof.
And obviously it's pretty hard to actually wake up after 3 hours of sleep. So he was like really angry at me that I don't want to go to school and stuff because I'm sleeping all the time, and I was missing classes all the time. I had like half of hours in school. I was gone. I was sleeping in home or just playing. So back then he was pretty mad at what I'm doing with my life, because back then like career in any esports
It didn't exist.
Yeah. So back then it was like this, but as soon as, I mean, both of my parents actually, as soon as they saw that you can actually make a living out of it, and it's like super fun, because I don't know, it was 2012 maybe that we started to play CSGO, and we made a team in Poland that except Virtus Pro, we haven't lost a LAN game for like, I don't know, 2 years or so. So then they saw that there is actually potential in it, and then we qualified for our first major, DreamHack Winter 2014. Yeah, and then we all quit the jobs that we had and stuff. If somebody had the job, then we quit it. Yeah, and then I think my parents became my biggest fans. So it's like really nice.
Have they seen you play live?
Yeah, of course. They were actually in Spodek here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned, quitting your jobs and going full time into doing this, something that you love. Can you talk about that moment and that feeling for you, going from something that you've been working hard at, and then, finally it pays off and you're able to pursue it full time?
I mean, there was like the first feeling of actually starting to do it was insane, and I never believed that we can actually achieve that, and that I can be like professional player. But then it was insane. But it had like bad side also, because there was some scandal with betting and stuff, and we actually got banned. But it was like, I don't know how the decision came. We were not guilty. Okay, so,
We believe you.
I don't know how that happened, but it was like, I don't know, 1 month after the major that everyone quit the jobs and stuff. And then I just
What?
woke up, I go HRTV.org, and I see that I'm banned and I will never participate in Valve tournaments. And then we had like we actually were almost signing our first like working contract with salary with G2. And yeah, they helped us, but they obviously said that if we don't fix it, then there is no deal. So yeah, the whole life we're upside down at this point. But yeah, I spent a lot of time fixing that. I wrote probably like 2,000 letters to Valve, ESL, everyone that I knew, and yeah, they actually unbanned us. And it was actually, I think it was the first time that Valve actually admitted to do mistake.
Wow.
That was really nice feeling to actually win with the Valve.
Yeah.
I feel like you should get something back for that, but thankfully you can compete and you can play.
I mean, it took only 3 days. I mean,
Oh,
we were
okay.
disqualified
Okay.
from the major qualifiers because of that. And if we actually missed the qualifiers and then they unban us, then that would be, I don't know, we would probably feel like we deserve some recompensation for that,
Yeah.
right? But then they just bring us back, so it was nothing.
Is
Yeah.
there a?
Yeah.
Oh no, please.
You mentioned your father being here, your parents being at Spodek, and for me in particular, coming from the United States, I live in Los Angeles. I'm from Texas. I've been to some esports events, plenty of esports events in the United States, but coming here for the first time and seeing that stadium, and seeing every seat completely full, and seeing all the fans lining up outside is just it's so hard for me to comprehend. It's just absolutely incredible and fascinating. Can you speak towards that as far as just the fans that are here in Katowice, and what this event means to the country or the city, and I guess your role in it all? And yeah,
I think like Intel Extreme Masters actually, I mean, both the success of the esports in Poland were both by Intel Extreme Masters and Virtus Pro winning the first major here.
Oh.
And it was, I don't know, from this point, I don't know, esports just exploded in Poland. Right now we have like one of the biggest markets probably, and there is like esports everywhere in Poland. So I guess Intel Extreme Masters were like the biggest part of it, and with it came like many sponsors and stuff. Everyone wants to be into esports. So, and also Katowice is like really, really happy with that, and they want this event. Basically, every player loves this event. Every player says that it's the best event in the world, and it's actually true because I don't know. You watch other events, and they are nice and stuff. They're super good. ESL One Cologne, for example, it's like insane event. PGL major in Krakow was also nice for me. It was in Poland, but I don't know. Katowice have some special vibe in it.
Definitely
I
the
don't know.
vibe. Yeah, the atmosphere. Everyone's just so electrifying.
Yeah, I mean it's something special for sure.
For you, it has to be really special because you have a commercial for IEM. Can you talk about that and how did that even happen?
I was super stressed when I heard this proposition.
Who proposed it?
I don't know who actually came with that. I'm not sure who came to me first.
You
I
just
mean-
got an email and you're like,
No.
yes.
It was a friend, but I don't know which one was first, so I'm not gonna. Then this guy that was first, will actually kill me after the interview. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it was something crazy, something that I didn't see myself in. I mean, it was something special, right? Because you make like a commercial for something, and you have this studio voice and stuff. Everything is so professional. Until now, I was just, I don't know, making interviews or something. But this was something else, and I had to I don't know, change my voice so it actually hears like in some movie trailer or something, right? It was really something new, but I actually liked it. I mean, when I played for the friends or family or my girlfriend, it was like I was really ashamed. I didn't want to listen to it. I mean, hearing yourself in
Yeah.
something like that, I
I'm
was like,
similar.
yeah, listen to it. I will just go somewhere. Tell me when you're done. Yeah, but like everyone is saying, it's really nice, and
Bet.
I actually also love it.
That's great. That's
I
awesome.
want to speak towards that too, especially, we're talking about all the fans in Poland, this commercial that you have. How popular are you here? How much do you interact with your fans? And I'm sure you're signing signatures and whatnot. Can you speak towards your fans and how it feels to, be able to connect to all these people who are watching you and cheering you on?
I'm referring to the first part. I think that actually right now I have a big fan base in Poland. It's like I think it's because of the story we've actually lived in the Polish playground, joining the international team, because it wasn't like that I said, okay, I will just go international now. I was actually playing in the same team that we spoke. We were band together. We quit the jobs together. We went to majors together, and then I was kicked from the team because apparently I was not good enough for this team. And I don't know, like I think people liked me. I mean, in general, like fans, and yeah, everyone was surprised by this decision and stuff, and they were cheering for me. And then I joined the international team, and then I don't know, Penta was super successful in this amount of time that we actually had, achieving something like the qualifying for the major from Europe, because from Europe it's the hardest part. Okay, you face the biggest teams. You have only 2 spots from minor, so it's like really hard, and we actually did it. I don't know, we lost maybe like 2 or 3 maps or something meanwhile, so we basically like dominated the whole. I don't even know how many qualifiers there is to actually get to major. So yeah, then everyone was talking about me. It was like super good feeling. Also, like for me personally, when I was kicked from Kingwin, I said to myself that I don't know what happened, because like in 2015 I was clearly like I was probably the best player outside VP back then. But then I was trying new roles, I was trying to lead, I was trying to be support. I mean, trying to use the experience towards, I don't know, achieving something better with team, not focusing on myself. So I wasn't that good individually, and I thought it's over for me. But then creating Penta and doing all those things, and like seeing all the fans writing me like really nice messages and stuff, I don't know. It was like, I think actually my fans, like people who support me, are also the part of success, because yeah, when you read so many nice things about you, that you are sick, you play so well, then you actually want to prove these guys that you are still the same player, and maybe, I mean, even better. You want to be the better guy to just show them that, to just keep it, to keep reading that you are actually really good. So it was really nice.
Britt, do we have another question from chat?
We do. Davidus887 from Twitch asked, which player from the Polish scene is your favorite or is the best in your opinion?
Best player, I guess it's Snacks.
Okay.
I like it. And speaking towards Virtus Pro and your team history, you've been on a few teams playing with a few different players throughout your career. Talking about Virtus Pro, one of the most long-running, similar rosters, and you can imagine the differences there. I want to get your opinion on that, or how has it been for you being on multiple different teams and having to deal with new teammates, and speak towards your path in Counter-Strike and all these different teams you've been on.
I mean, I don't think like there is a need to talk about the previous teams before this one in CS:GO, because it was like, I was jumping from team to team, because I don't know, you were just playing one team, then jumping to another every week, new team, because I was feeling that if I'm ready to go to the better team, I was just changing before. But when it actually started to be like professional, then I don't think I had so many teams.
Okay.
We always struggled with having fifth player in the team. There was always me, Szpero, Mouse, Minis, and Michu and Ralen, and we were changing, like sometimes there was Minis in the team, sometimes it was Ralen. Then we were searching in other guys, but it was always the fifth player that was changing. And I don't know, we were playing really good, and then it was disaster for some time. So it's, I don't know, it's not that I wouldn't say that I played in many teams, because I treat all these guys as the team that I played with.
You were talking about, though, when you switched over from being your Swedish team to the international team, what are the main differences you saw from joining an international team?
I think the main difference, which I liked, was that they are actually not that much into playing, but they're, I mean, Penta was Sprout is the same as Penta. So in general, the international teams that I've been with, they are more focused on actually fixing mistakes and becoming a better team than the Polish teams that I played with. Because usually in Polish team, yeah, we're doing some executes and that's it. But we were never like doing the same routine, as I said, that we just meet 2 hours before the practice and we just talk.
Right.
And in international team, we do it every day. In Polish teams, we are doing it at boot camps. I don't know, 1-2 days of boot camp. We were discussing, and then we were just playing. And most of the times it was just practice, and we played like CS is only about killing people. I mean, in game, obviously. So yeah, I mean that's the main difference. They were more focused, more committed, and I don't know. I liked the how to say that.
Camaraderie.
Ethic of work.
Ah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
work
Work
ethic.
Work
Yeah.
ethic, yeah.
Something like that. I think it's better in the international team.
Definitely.
And with work ethic, you've been mentioning how taking the time to theory craft or
Yeah,
to talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
the games. Can you talk to us about that, about the importance of theory crafting and splitting up your time and the value that you receive from these long conversations versus playing in the game?
You have to repeat that. I was looking at the stream and I was totally off.
Well, what's happening? I want to know.
I don't know. I just
So
I just slept for a second.
FaZe is
okay?
up
Sorry.
6-1. FaZe is doing great. In regards to talking about the game versus playing in the game, how do you see the value in theory crafting versus playing for you?
I mean, it's really important because when you, for example, I don't know, you played the game and then you watch demo from this game, and then you see you did a mistake here and here, and you need to watch out to not commit this mistake again, because that lost you the round, which I don't know, maybe you lost this round, then you had economic reset and you lost 2 other rounds. So actually one mistake cost you 3 rounds. So it's like really important to not commit the same crucial mistakes. Obviously, CS is the game of mistakes, and the team that does less mistakes wins. Yeah, but it's like fixing them is the most important thing. So actually, it's not really theory craft. It's just talking how to actually play better and avoid those mistakes that are losing the games. And I think probably that is the most important thing in building the team that has like ambition to become one of the best.
Are there any games that you play outside of Counter-Strike?
I played a bit of PUBG because it was popular. I mean, it is popular, but it's not that much. I have it like 3 months, and I played, I don't know, 40 hours total.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, I won some games, I had some chicken dinners in it, but I don't know, I'm not into it that much. I don't know, I bought, for example, Assassin's Creed Origins,
Right.
Call of Duty, something like that. And recently I bought PlayStation 4. And yeah, I'm in the middle of playing Uncharted collection. So
Nice. Such
yeah,
a good game.
I'm on the.
Ah.
I think today I will finish the second.
Oh, the second one's the best one.
Yeah, it's like really nice. It's I like this game. I mean, the second one I like better than the first one, because in first one there was a lot of shooting and stuff, and here you actually have to think. There are some quests and stuff. It's really nice. I like it.
Earlier, you were talking about conversations you had with your coach that you think were integral in developing you as a player. I'm curious about the conversations you have with your teammates. Do you sit one-on-one with teammates sometimes, or do you all group up? Can you talk about your communication with your teammates outside of in-game?
Usually it's like everyone, also with the coach. So we sit with 6 on the server, or just on TeamSpeak, and we just talk. But yeah, sometimes you actually talk one-on-one, because there are some, I don't know, certain plays in the game that you are doing with your teammate. For example, I don't know, holding side together. So obviously need to talk how to hold it the best, how to do some setups, what to do in those setups. So it's needed to do it one-on-one. But in general, it's just a team discussion. Mostly it's like, mostly it's just argument. You should do this. No, I shouldn't. Then somebody is there as a judge that makes a decision what was the best, and then this person that doesn't agree needs to agree. And yeah, I guess that's how adult people are solving the problems, because we are sometimes also kids and we argue. So this is nice that there is someone that will actually like said his own opinion on that, and we just agree and then we move on. So it's like, yeah, it's mostly 6 people talking.
Brittany, another question?
Yes, we have a few actually, but Magnetic wants to know how hard was it to adapt to an international team coming from just a Polish team?
It wasn't that hard. I mean, first it was different, but I was playing Faces Pro League a lot, so I got used to playing in English. But then playing in the team wasn't that hard. It was actually kind of easier because you don't say that many words. You don't describe infos that specific, I would say, in foreign language. So it's actually communication is actually sort of easier, I would say.
Okay, and then one more question. Jarowski asks, where's the best place to train deathmatch? AMAPs or somewhere else?
It's also pure personal. I was playing with bots only on IMAPs. Then I was playing IMAPs on deathmatch with other people, and now I'm just playing only deathmatch. So it's like it changes to me, and to me it doesn't matter really. It's like as far as you do something and you feel it's working, then you should continue.
There you have it.
Speaking of different maps, we have something for you.
Oh, yes, we do.
You're going to have to play a custom Predator gaming map. You're going to
Really?
be
Were you expecting this?
No,
good.
nobody said that.
We're like, yeah, but here we go. So everyone we've had, basically, we have set up a custom map inside Counter-Strike. It's basically an obstacle course, and we're timing everyone to see how fast they can do it. And we can let you do it twice if you want, but you can go ahead and step over to Brittany over there.
I will just drink really fast.
Yeah, go for it.
Also,
Get
don't
fresh.
feel free to change the settings or the sensitivity or anything. I think Hunyanyanye
Yes.
has a top score of 47 seconds. I think that's the best I've ever said his name.
All right,
Yeah.
over here.
By
it's
the way,
pretty much just an obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be
I'm
natural
so
whenever
bad
you feel
at
it.
those.
Right. It's a lot of platform jumping. But once you pass this red line right here, the time starts.
Okay.
and you can mess with the sensitivity if you'd like.
How many tries I have? 10,000?
Yeah,
10,000.
however many you
Okay.
want, man. We can
We'll
play.
just be here all night.
It's all right. No, this is fun.
You have
I
until
think
Wow.
this Fnatic phase.
It's a
match
map-
is
it's
over.
a
you can do it
Best
3
of
times.
5.
I want to just let him keep playing it, so I want to see how fast anyone can do this.
But I'm really bad at those.
Are you? Okay.
Seriously.
Maybe not then. but
I don't
you
even
can
know how to get to
I
it.
feel like you're stressed out
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
I'm super stressed
yeah,
now.
space bar is jump. I'm just kidding. It is.
Alright, let's-
It's pretty awesome.
Okay, let's do the warm-up one, okay? It's like,
Yes.
this one doesn't count.
Okay, this one. Yeah, good. Here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah. By the way, update on the match. FaZe is up 7-2
Oh, no.
in map number
Nice.
2. It's
I
a
feel
good
like that
warm up.
happened a couple times.
It's like really hard. I'm used to my 240 hertz.
Oh,
Anything with jumping, I'm just atrocious at it.
there we go. Watch out.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh. Floor falls away.
no.
Oh,
I like going left here.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna commend you on that because I think it's easier.
Do I
to-
need to
Every-
duck in here?
You can either avoid it or you can duck.
I think you can run really fast through it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you time
Follow
it right.
Oh, he pushed
Oh,
it
there it
forward.
is. I like it.
That's another
No.
strat.
You got it.
Ooh.
And these things punch you to the abyss. So
When you get to the predator sign, you're gonna shoot it, and it's gonna open up a door to your right.
Which
The
one?
sign, the
the
predator sign.
That sign.
shoot, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And this is the second part of our brilliantly designed obstacle course.
I think
Let's
that
do
should
it.
be an
No.
official map in Counter-Strike.
Ah,
And you are nearing the end.
Oh, it's too small.
Pretty good time overall, actually.
Yeah, no,
Um,
honestly,
These circles are
pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's pretty good so far.
that's like third or fourth highest time right now, but that
Who
was
was-
practice
I
round.
who was better?
Who was better? Hunyanyanye And one of the players
Today,
from
right?
Tai Lu.
Renegades.
Oh,
I feel like a Renegades player today hit 47.
Azure?
What is the
Azure,
what is the
Azure.
best time?
47.
40, yeah.
47.
47.
Yeah.
Really?
Quick, really fast. Not falling really at all.
How
But
can I go
we'll
again?
let you go again. I'm excited to see, because I think that was a pretty quick first try.
That was really good.
Because I think one of the 47s was second try, I want to say.
No, it was 48 Hunani's first try, wasn't it?
And
Was it
then
first try?
someone got a 49 on their second try.
Right, that's what it was. Okay. I'm just interested to see how fast we can go here.
Let's try it.
Oh man, I wish we had like epic music going on. Oh, no one's jumped that far yet. What is this?
New meta.
Oh, nice, nice.
New meta,
catch.
I like it.
Just
Okay.
like CS:GO, it's
Floor
constantly
falls.
evolving.
He's got the figured out on the left-hand side, running across.
I love that. Using the blue like wheel to push you.
The punching bags. Look.
Oh.
Oh, you can go in between those.
Yeah.
Shoot the side.
No.
Go to the right. That pretty good halfway through. Pretty good time halfway through.
Oh, it
Stop
hit-
it.
Oh,
Oh, so close.
Stress.
the control. Ooh, this is quick.
This is really good.
Okay, the timing is actually really nice on this. Almost to the end.
Can he?
He's getting
hit
there.
the Last one.
Oh! Keep going. No, wrong way.
Oh.
Oh, oh
You
no.
totally would have had the time.
It's always that last
Yeah.
obstacle that
No
just gets
way.
you.
Oh man, that was so good.
It's always the last part that
Ooh.
is just
Um,
that's
made it better. but,
Better
uh,
time. Better time.
yeah, you improved.
That you look like you were about to beat the time
Damn.
until that
If you
last.
really want to go again, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
more or
no.
less.
Let's try the last one, okay?
We'll try,
One
we'll try it.
last.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
See, I'm
let's
getting
try it.
comfortable.
Why
My
not?
legs are crossed.
Look, we're nearing the end here of our stuff at IEM
And-
Katowice. So
Yeah, we're nearing the end of Katowice.
yeah. So let's have as much fun as we can.
But now I will mess up.
I want to see a really
you
fast
It's
time.
it's obvious.
I have confidence in you.
Lots of pressure.
Okay, let's
But
try
you-
it like this.
You're good in the clutch, man. I know how you play Counter Strike.
He's the first. No, you really are the first person to really like change up the strat here.
I think he's got the fastest time like halfway.
Yes,
Like
easily.
that first half, and it was just
Oh no.
at the end there, just barely messing up. But here we go. All right.
Oh no. Here I messed
This
up.
is where it
Sometime-
was though. The person Hunyanye just ran through it without even waiting for
Right.
it.
A lot of it just the map has to work out to your favor, where the timing is nice with all the rotations and whatnot. So a little bit of RNG factor, perhaps, if I may suggest.
Oh,
Pretty good
I gotta
though.
step away.
As you call it. Brittany's
It's
getting
causing you
nervous.
too much anxiety. Can you
Last
beat?
part.
Oh my
Go!
God!
I
New
did it?
record,
You
new
beat
record,
Hunyanye.
champion.
I did it?
Yes.
Yeah, you got the fastest time.
Oh,
That
it was so close by like 2
That's
seconds.
incredible.
That
yeah.
was really nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
man.
go.
I made it. I'm actually proud of myself.
You should be.
I
We're
never
proud of you
thought I
too,
could do
man.
it.
How does it feel? How does that experience compare to being on stages and competing?
Honestly, I was more stressed than on Saturday playing in Spotted.
There you go.
Seriously, that was so crazy.
45 seconds, incredible. Dealing with all those crazy obstacles. That's amazing. I love it.
It is amazing. Man, Innocent, thank you so much for joining us here on the desk. It's been a pleasure chatting with
Thank you. That was really nice. I was stressed before, but I'm not stressing here. It's nice.
Good.
This part was the most stressful.
Do you want to give us some more thoughts on this grand final here? We're seeing just to update everyone. It looks like FaZe is up 9-3. Is FaZe? Are they just going to run away with this? Kind of like he ran away with that obstacle course title.
It looks like. I mean, maybe as we watch them, they're probably watching on their phones how I actually beat this death run, and they want to follow me to end it fast, and they will come here and try to beat my record. possibly. Yeah, but I never said about the visitors. I mean, my family in the
Oh, yeah.
spot. I said that only my parents were here, but actually it was also there was my sister
Wow.
and even my girlfriend's mother was here.
What?
So it was like super nice. I mean, I was looking from the stage and I saw like whole family there, and yeah, my girlfriend fixed it like so they sit together and stuff. It was like really
Wow.
nice, and she obviously like in front of the stage all the time. So it was like I had a nice view. I was smiling all the time from the stage. That was yeah. I
Oh.
bet she is.
Does she have a question for him?
She's probably just spamming my Twitch emotes or something.
Actually, I want to talk a little bit about you being a streamer. What was the decision there? Because not a lot of pro gamers will jump to that.
First of all, like first decision was when I was kicked from Kingwin, as I said. Then I don't know. I had to somehow show the other players, international players, that I'm actually good. Because at the time when I was kicked from Kingwin, my stats were like really bad because I was like the role was pure support, like really supportish. So you won't pick like the player that was kicked now to the team if his stats are like 0.85 rating or something like that. So I had to show to other players that I'm good. So I started to stream, and I started to play FPL all the time. I was playing like 10 hours a day, and I was just trying to show them that I'm good. And
Wow.
yeah, I mean that was the first attempt with like streaming full time. I was streaming, I don't know, 4 months or something like that. But then when Penta came, I was like, we're practicing like a lot. Really, I didn't have time for it. We had like long trips. Sometimes it was like 3 weeks away or so, because we had like one trip we had that we went to the Prague, then to Berlin, then to Bucharest. Then we were at home like 3 days or so, and then we went to Bucharest again.
And when you're home, you don't want to stream for those 3 days, right?
Just chill for a moment. So it was like really tough. But yeah, after the PGL major, when we had some break or something, then I decided that I will try to stream a bit again. And yeah, I was just trying to do it to actually force myself to play more, because I don't know, I was not motivated enough, I guess. Yeah, and I just streams to play more CS, and then I like it. I have like a lot of viewers, like I don't know, 6 months subscribers and stuff.
It has to be great to have an ability to communicate with them like that.
Yeah, I mean it's like really nice. And when I'm not doing it, I didn't stream for a week now because my PC died.
Oh no.
So yeah, but it's arriving. The new one is coming on Monday, so I can go back to streaming. But it's actually, I don't know. Now I miss it when I'm not doing it, and yeah, and it just became the part of my life, I would say. Yeah, so it's like really good, and I want to continue.
Well, I think this is a perfect opportunity for you to let everyone know your stream and any social links or anything you want to shout out to the audience.
I think they should follow my YouTube and Instagram, because I miss the followers there.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know. Even you should check it. Everyone should check it. I have a lot of people are saying that I have the best CS content in Poland on YouTube.
Whoa.
Yet I have only 13K subscribers or so.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm doing mostly I'm showing tournaments from the inside.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I bought camera for it, so it looks professional, so I don't record with phone or
Like a behind the scenes or an in-depth look in game.
yeah, like everything from traveling to discussing with team to
Oh, so you vlog.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
vlogs from the tournaments, and it's like you can see they're everywhere, like PGL major, E-League major now. Every tournament basically that I'm playing in.
Do you have a video coming out for Katowice?
Yeah, and it's gonna be the best, I think. I mean,
When do you think you're going to drop that on YouTube?
Oh.
I think around. I mean, it depends on the guy that is making it, because
Sure.
this is the thing that I really don't have time to do it. I
Yeah.
have to
Sure.
have someone to actually make those videos. But
So later this week, perhaps.
yeah, and I think it's gonna be the best one. I have some super crazy scenes.
And where on Twitter or Facebook can people follow you?
Basically everywhere.
Well, what's your name though for people
Link,
that don't know who
Oh
you
yeah,
are?
there is on Twitter it's Innocent CS.
Okay.
What about Instagram?
Instagram is Paweł Mocek. Is like my surname, and yeah, like every social has different link. So it's like crazy too. But I think if somebody types Innocent anywhere, maybe with the surname, because you know what happens if you type Innocent to Google, you have,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Everything comes up.
So maybe
this
Google innocent Counter-Strike.
This yeah, then you will find it for sure. This nickname is really problematic. I mean, That was
When did you come up with your name?
Was it when you got banned and you were innocent?
no. But then it was it.
Good question.
It
I
actually,
thought of that question a long time ago. I was trying to come up with a way to bring it back.
you finally did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it actually I know, but it's actually embarrassing to say that. But I don't know. I was like 10 or so,
Ah.
maybe more, which is more embarrassing. I was 15 maybe. I was listening to some Good Charlotte, The Innocent,
Yeah, all
and then
right.
there was like a trend that players were putting into like fake nicknames, some part of the song, and I don't know. I just put it, and I was playing with it for like 2 weeks or so, and then I got asked to play at some LAN event.
You couldn't
So I
change
played
your
with
name.
it, and then everyone knew me as Innocent, so
Oh, no.
I kept it. But yeah, that might be the top 3 worst decision in my life.
Wow.
Getting
You can
some-
still change it. What, you go by Inno
I cannot do it now.
or Scent.
I cannot do it at all. I mean, at the moment you start playing on the major event, Valve doesn't allow you to change
Oh.
the nickname.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I mean, at this point that
I
would
like
be
it.
stupid to actually change
Yeah.
it because so many people know me as Innocent that yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I have to live with it.
Well,
Yeah, but most of people call me with my surname. It's actually, I even prefer that somebody says to me,
Oh, well, I'm
I-
sorry that we've been calling you innocent
no, I mean,
this entire time.
I mean, like this, it's okay, but I don't know. Some people that I'm like, I don't know, playing all the time, and they keep saying innocent, innocent. And I'm listening to it, and I don't know. I'm getting full tilt.
well, Paul Moshek?
Paweł Mocek.
Yes.
Try to say that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Paul Moshek.
You will never
Paweł.
do it. Okay?
W is a V. Pavel.
Pavel Moshek.
Paweł Mocek
Pavel Mocek.
is okay.
I got it.
I think I like.
Round of applause for me. Well, thank you so much for joining us here and talking to us, and I hope you have a great rest of the event. Hope you probably go over to Spodek and hang out with
Yep,
your
yep,
family.
of course.
So have some fun and best of luck in your future
Yeah.
tournaments. Let's go back on over to Brittany.
Thank you so much. I will definitely be looking forward to your video on Katowice on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, hanging out with me in the chat and asking your questions. They were wonderful. Continue asking away because we have 2 wonderful guests coming up, Izak and Nervarien. But at first, we need you to vote for your favorite play of the day. These are the top 5 plays from yesterday.
No, but with that AWP and with a couple players being able to afford AK-47s, they're going to go for it. This is strong enough to make a dent and at least... Oh, what a shot! The run boost through the smoke, and Olaf finds Glaive, and that might be it. That might be the winning hit.
He might even get the double here, not meant to be though, but good trades on both sides.
Back as a result for Fnatic and Twist. He's forced out of the pit by Molotovs and smoke, but he's up for the fight. And not only that, he's gonna get GW.
Olaf is pulled over towards mid for the moment, but Nico has been waiting this whole time. He's holding the trigger. He's waiting for more. He's calling this out, and there it is. He thought the one tap would work, but it doesn't matter. He's getting a second kill, and straight from above, he gets a third.
At this point, recovers the gun, and now he's got a gun. What? What? How has he not been found? Dupree! How'd you get away with it? You are lucky to be alive, my friend, but he does survive with 3.
Momentarily, in they go. One flashbang is all they're going to use, and Golden's able to strike before that even goes off.
Shot again as he slides out from new box. Not a lot of pressure applied to him, so he can do it for a 3rd time, and he'll make no mistake on that. Bomb down.
There's power hidden inside all of us. Once you find it, there's no turning back. So choose your weapon, your champion, your challenge, and game on. Summon your strength. Predator arms you with the right tools. Wielding them is up to you. Predator equips you for battle, sharpening your senses.
Hello, everyone. If you're just now joining us, this is Predator Prime Talk. We are here at IEM Katowice 2018 with the finals happening right now, but thank you so much for watching it here with us. My name is Brittany. I'm here in the chat hanging out with you as Predator Gaming. Ask me your questions using hashtag Predator Gaming, and your question can end up on our stream live. Now, to introduce our special guests of the evening, it is Izak and Nervarien.
Thank you, Brittany. Yes, Izak, Navarien, welcome. How are you guys doing?
Great. I mean, tired like every IM I'm at. It's like after 3 days, I'm just destroyed, but still, I got the energy from people, so it's good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm doing good too.
And I want to speak toward that really quick as far as this event in Poland, Katowice. It's here every year, and you guys obviously hometown heroes of sorts. How does it feel having, Katowice as a hub for IEM for Counter-Strike and just having esports as big as it is and being able to come to this event and enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that Katowice and Spodek becomes like the center of esport world for these 3 days, and it's pretty cool, especially because we have like the best fans in the world. So even though Virtus Pro is not playing in the final or at the area, well, people are still cheering for their favorite teams, and they're like really loud, and it's the whole stadium is filled with people. So it's pretty amazing. So it just feels good that because I know that Poland can create great events like this, that we can show to the world that esport is so huge because of the fans, because of these great games, and because of the players who dream of playing in the area.
Yeah, like every player say that Spodek's magically, like every people there are so hype that you have to play here. In this year we have no League of Legends tournament, sadly for me, but there is a smaller one with the Polish community, so it's nice, and EM is always really good.
Navarre, you're actually the first person that we've had from League of Legends, so I'd really like to understand your start in League of Legends and that competitive scene.
Okay, how did I start?
Yeah, how did you get into it, and how did you become a personality?
Oh yeah, okay. I played Dota before, like it was like 10 years ago or something.
As a Warcraft 3 mod or Dota?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Warcraft 3, like it was the Dota 1. Nowadays it's Dota 2, right? So I played it without friends, but then my friends started to play League of Legends, and I was like, League of Legends is for kids. There's no way I'm gonna play it, but they convinced me to do it, and I just started to play LoL, and it was like 7 years ago already. So yeah.
And when did you shift to becoming a personality, wanting it to be a career?
Oh yeah. I used to be good, I think. Like back in the 5 years ago, I tried to go competitive. I tried to play on European scene and whatnot, but I wasn't that good, I think. So I just stick to streaming. I tried it to do YouTube videos and just go with it.
Yeah. And Izak, same question to you. Can you talk about your start and your progression in the Counter-Strike scene?
Yeah, so well, I've been playing Counter-Strike since it came out, so it's been a long road, definitely. And I did play Source like competitively. So I had a team. I was going to Polish lands with my Source team, and then we had a Polish internet esports TV, something like that, and they were looking for casters, and it was in 2008. I think it was just a long time before Twitch era. And yeah, so they were searching for casters, and I was always amazed by what casters do in football, for example, or ski jumping back in the days. And I've known that I really wanted to try it, so I've actually talked with them. I tried to do it. So my first casts were in like 2008 or 2009. I was casting Counter-Strike Source events in Poland, which were pretty cool. But then I switched back to a player's career, and I was playing Source and then CS:GO at the beginning. And yeah, but then I had to quit my player's career because it was just too time consuming, and I was getting older and older, and so I had to find a real job, because back in the days it was very difficult just, winning routers or monitors at LANs. It wasn't that much, to be on your own. So yes, I've decided to quit my gamer's career, but I knew that I want to stay with esports. I wanted to stay with Polish CS:GO scenes. I knew that I wanted to do something. And yeah, and I started streaming. I started casting CS:GO games on my stream.
I mean, to be a caster almost a decade ago, someone like that, the history that you've seen, the Counter-Strike scene evolve, how does that feel, and how does it feel to be still a part of it?
Well, yeah, it feels amazing. When I remember myself being there in a studio, looking like a complete nerd with a really weird haircut. You know, it was well. Whenever I see this picture of me casting back in the days, well,
Yeah, I saw it too.
yeah, you don't want to you don't want to see it. No, it was terrible. So it was really cool to evolve myself and to see the Polish CS:GO scene and the European scene, the world scene evolve in a way like this.
Were you confident in it? There's definitely been some ebbs and flows for CS:GO competitive scene on its popularity, but did you always know that it was going to be one of the best games in the world?
Well, CS was always one of the best games. I mean, people were really sad about CS:GO at the beginning because like nothing was really going on, and I remember times in 2013 that people were just saying that CS:GO is dying, that nothing's really going on with this game, that the prize pools are not getting bigger. League of Legends was getting bigger and bigger, and CS:GO was just, you know, it was just standing in one spot, and yeah, so it was. These were difficult times, but then Valve. They added skins to the game. They announced their first major, and well, it started growing from that time. I remember I was casting games because I just loved it. You know, I wanted to stay with the scene. I really wanted to cast because it was something that really always reminds me that in these games of football, or it doesn't matter what sport really. But the viewers wouldn't really get these emotions if it weren't for the casters, right? So it was something that always brought me to amazement, like what these casters do with these great games. So I wanted to try it on my own, and that's what I did, of course.
Is there a caster that you looked up to particularly that you wanted to resonate with and reflect off of?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were some Polish casters, like famous Polish casters from football that I really enjoyed, and I've learned from them a lot because I've watched a lot of football. So yeah, it definitely helped me. And yeah, and it was amazing that after I switched to CS:GO and after I started casting, I did it because I just loved it. You know, I wanted to bring these emotions to people, even though there were like it was just 1,000 people watching me. And then after the first major, after Virtus.pro winning IEM Katowice, it was 4 years ago. Yeah, it started growing so fast. So these 1,000 turned into hundreds of thousands even. So it was crazy how it went, and I would never expect this to happen, actually.
Well, Izak and Nervarien, it's great to have you here. I don't know if you guys are the last segment for us. So it's best for last. And before we get too much further, I do want to offer you a beverage. We have still water, sparkling water, and Red Bull. What would you guys like to drink?
Well, just still water would be fine.
Yeah, same.
All right, still water. We'll get that for you in just a second. Navarien, I want to go to you now. He was speaking. Izak was speaking towards his inspirations and you know what has drawn him to commentating in Counter-Strike. Can you speak towards League of Legends and perhaps any inspiration from you to pursue the path that you've chosen?
Actually, about the commentator's perspective, I felt like there is no like good casters in Poland, and something was missing. And I have a huge fan base, so I just felt like I need to do something with this. Like I need to show how good esport is to other people. So I started. It was rough at the start. Like many people didn't like it at all at the beginning. But I think with the time it was only better. And about the commentators, I look up to. It's Deficio in Europe LCS and Monte Cristo, who switched to
Overwatch.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. I miss him so much in LCK. But there's a Papa Smithy guy, really good. Yeah, the new guy in Korea.
Well, I mean, League of Legends is a game on a global scale more than anything else, honestly. How is it intimidating to have it be the biggest game and to be a face for it?
I mean, I'm just the face of Polish people, I think. I'm not that much of a world guy. So it's not that big, I think. Like when I compare myself to other guy who works worldwide, I'm not that big. So it's okay.
Is that something that you would one day want to eventually get onto the main stage, the LCS finals?
I don't think so. I mean, we do cast the Polish, I mean, in Polish language, the LCS finals and Worlds and whatnot. So we do it all the things, and it's good enough for me.
Well, then, what do you think of the evolution then of esports? I mean, the LCS finals with that dragon flying around the like arena. It's to grow to this size. How does that feel?
That was insane. Like, it was in China, and there were so many people. Like, I don't know, few millions there. It was just crazy. And with every year, it's getting better. But I think I'm wondering how it's gonna be in this October. Next Worlds won't be in China, and China is like a huge point.
The biggest.
Yeah, for Riot Games. So I wonder if it will fall. Well, I hope not. It's in Korea, I think.
Yes,
I remember
that's
right.
true. It was announced for South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
it's-
South Korean teams are just as big in the LCS.
they're dominating.
Oh,
yeah.
Like really crazy.
Isaac, I actually want to come over to you because this match feels like it's getting intense. Of course, the grand finals are happening right now between FaZe and Fnatic. Do you mind talking to us about this match right now? It's FaZe up 13-11. Have you been able to watch what's going on and give us some of your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it's just amazing to see Fnatic in the final because I've been casted their last tournament, which was the finals of Star Ladder, and they did pretty terrible because they just lost 3 games in a row, and they were the first team to go out from a tournament. And now, like after 2 weeks, they're in a final, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, they just won the 12th round. Yeah, and I was watching Crims talking with some guy, and he told everybody that after Star Ladder, they didn't really practice together. They just decided to quit playing together. They just wanted to play FPL like alone, so they focus on their game just to try to play individually, because they felt that they felt really tired of each other, So they just decided to take a break from each other for a week to just play alone. And look what they did. I mean, they're in the final. They just felt the hunger to play in a team, I guess, and it brought them to the final, which is pretty crazy. But I still think that FaZe really wants to win this one because they were in the final last year. They've lost to Astralis, and they did pretty bad in Star Ladder as well because they were one of the favorites, and they lost in the semi-final. They had a really terrible game playing for the 3rd place. So I think that they really wanted to win this one to just show everybody that they are still the best team in the world. So I'm still thinking about FaZe. But Inferno is like Fnatic's best map, so I still hope that Fnatic will win this one because I don't want FaZe to win 3-0.
No, you want a game of 5, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the grand
Yeah.
final,
It's
the
the
most
final, yes,
intense. And we've
exactly.
had already a few round 3s with double overtime, so I mean, it's possible.
FaZe versus Cloud9, it was
Yeah, that was
crazy. It was-
awesome. Yeah, I saw
the,
that.
the last map was like the
Same.
major final.
Yeah.
It was
And it was
their
on this.
revenge.
It was on this map, I think. if I
Yeah,
remember
it was
correctly.
Inferno. It was
Yeah.
the last map, just like in the major
Yeah.
final. There were some overtimes, with crazy clutches.
Yeah.
It was just a
Like-
crazy intense
Was that the
game.
same automatic, but that was round 2? Was the automatic 5 kill?
I think so. I think
know.
so.
Yeah. So there were like
yeah.
clutches and aces,
Yeah.
and it was so it was so intense. It was so great to watch this one, especially because it was the major final on the 3rd map, just like this with overtimes.
Right.
And yeah, Cloud9 won last time, so I'm pretty sure that FaZe really wanted this one, to just get a revenge, and they did.
I actually have a question for both of you guys. Diaxit on Twitch would like to know, where do you see yourself in 10 years, and will you continue to stream or live in the scene?
I wish I will be in scene, but who knows? Like, esport is growing so fast. Like, someone new might come up, and I don't know. I mean, I would like to, but I don't know what will happen in 10 years.
Same question for you.
Well, yeah. So I'm a caster. I'm a streamer. I'm not sure if I'll be like streaming games daily in 10 years. It's gonna be difficult for sure. But I know that esports is getting huge. So I know that they'll definitely need casters. Doesn't matter like what games will come out and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that I can still be a caster. I can still be good. I can learn a new game if it comes out, if it becomes big, whatever. So I'm still hoping that I can still be a caster because I just love to cast games. I just love to bring emotions to people.
Well, outside of you guys, where do you guys want the esports scene, your both of your respective scenes, or just esports as a whole in 10 years? Is there any changes you specifically want to see? Are you happy with where it is?
Yeah, I
going
mean,
good.
yeah, esport has its path, right? Which is it's just really its specific path,
Right. Well, we're seeing a lot of changes, and we're seeing something like franchising, and maybe you can speak on that. What do you feel about franchising in the LCS?
I think it's good. Like, many sponsors didn't want to invest in LCS because when your team goes down, LCS, it's a bad invest. And now, when it's franchised, it's really smart for them. It's good, and I like it. I mean, the bad part is if the team is bad, it can go out of LCS.
Right.
Which is, but I think like every team will try to win.
And I want to add one thing on top of that. It would, when compared to Dota and TI, where they do crowdsourcing for their prize pool, and a lot of people like to look at numbers and they see, oh, well, $20 million for a prize pool. Why are these other tournaments not having that kind of money? Do you think that CS and League of Legends should do some crowdsourcing of their prize pool?
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see an international on CS:GO. That would be definitely crazy. I've watched an interview with Taz like a couple of days ago, and he told that he was really when he was playing in WESG, it had like the biggest prize pool in CS, and there was like $800,000 to win for the first place. And he told us he told that he was really afraid. He was like scared of the amount. That it just it was just.
Huh.
It gets in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it better to have a bunch of smaller tournaments like this, where it's like 400,000, 500,000 instead of one $20 million tournament?
I mean, I think it would be better just to take it slow, like slow steps. So maybe it would be cool to get this tournament in 5 years, but in like 1 year or 2 years, get a tournament with like 5 million prize pool or something. But like switching from like 1 million prize pool to 20, it's just it's just crazy. And still there are lots of young people in esports as well. And it's just really difficult to take care of a person, like a really young person who wins like $2 million. I mean, like imagine if you're 18 years old or 16 years old and you win like $2 million. Like, what will happen to your head? I mean,
there's a guy
you
in Dota
just
who
exactly
had like 16 years.
Yeah, 16 years. He
and
was
2
16 years
millions.
old and he was playing for 1 year only competitively, right?
Yeah.
It's
But
just
he's
crazy.
Still playing. He still has the drive, which is insane. You made so much money. Like, go spend it. And then he's just playing.
But I mean, to them, it's not really about the money, right? For you, when you first started casting, you weren't really making a career off of it, but you still did it because it was something that you enjoyed and the passion that you had. So maybe that's the same for him.
Yeah, I think so. Like, everyone is competitive, like a lot. And when someone plays on that level, he wants to win. Like, the prize is nice, but it's all about the win, to be better than the other guy.
I have a question for both of you guys, actually coming from Hunananye, who's on Twitter. Amongst all the events you've attended as a player, caster, or even an influencer, which one stands out and why?
You can say Katowice.
Right here, right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not like an ESL caster, but I did cast IEM at Katowice in 2015, and it was definitely like a really special event for me because I was like the biggest caster already. Like everybody knew me. It's like IEM at Katowice is like it's probably like the most important event for me because everybody knows me because I'm an esports figure, I guess. So it was really important for me to cast this event in Poland for a Polish crowd, for Polish people. And it was an amazing event with Virtus.pro. We're losing to Fnatic in the semi-final with a really close cobblestone. I still remember these rounds that the Virtus.pros lost, even though they were winning like 7-0. I think they still lost cobblestone. Wow, it was crazy. So yeah, it was definitely like one of the best events for me. And well, every single major I cast is really special. And definitely PGL major last year I did was pretty crazy because we had a place on the scene close to the international casters. And yeah, Virtus.pro, even though they were in a really terrible place at the time, they still managed to get into the semi-final, and the Polish crowd was so amazing. I had tears in my eyes when I was there casting this event. I was seeing the Polish crowd there. It was pretty crazy as well. And I did play in a show match then as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, and I did knife Janko at the time. He did knife me back then later, but it was so crazy.
I'm sure the audience was going ham.
Yeah, I mean, we were in these booths, like soundproof booths, but even though it was like soundproof and I didn't really hear anything, when I knifed him, it was just so loud at the area. It was just crazy. I just felt the vibrations of people, just cheering, and it was so amazing. And I had 0-5 in the show match. The beginning was terrible. I was so stressed. Because, yeah, I mean, people were definitely cheering for me, but they wanted me to fail as well, because it would be so funny to watch me fail in front of like 10,000 people. But yeah, I managed to get some frags. I did manage to knife Janko, and it was crazy. So I think it was like the best event for me out of all. Yeah.
And Nervarien, same question for you.
I'd say as a caster, it was Worlds last year. I mean, it's just a magic event. Like, so many good teams, like every good team from every region had something special, which they showed, and for sure, yeah, Worlds. And as a viewer, I was on the Worlds in Berlin like 2 years ago, and it was really good. I mean, it was a stomp from a Korean team, but it's still this huge venue filled with people. It was really, really nice.
Was there a difference in the worlds, especially going to China, like Tencent with League of Legends, and they must have put so much investment into it. What was the differences between that you saw from the last worlds to the world, or 2 years ago to the one you saw last year?
It was biggest, I think. Like the venues was huge. Like it was a stadium which was used in Olympics, I think,
Oh, wow.
in the very finals. So it was really,
That would have been surreal.
yeah.
Damien, I have a quick
Yeah?
question from the chat for you. Aventador7 wants to know if you have one good tip for players from lower level division, silver or gold. What would it be?
Okay, just find one champion, I think, and just spam it all the time. Like
Really?
learn all the matchups and go with it. I mean, maybe one champion on like 3, maybe something like that, and just go with it.
Because you always learn that one champion, then picks and bans come around, and that champion gets banned.
Yeah. So you need something else.
Yeah,
So-
I don't really play League of Legends, but I'm probably like the best Varus in Europe, probably.
Yeah,
Just
the
like
only champion. You can
Yeah,
play.
this is the only champion I play. Well, yeah, it's the only champion I'm pretty good with. Like,
Those snipes.
yeah, I
Same.
can snipe with with his bow. Yeah.
Do you guys play League of Legends together, or Counter Strike
Well,
together for that
there
matter?
there were some show matches in
Okay.
CS:GO
Yeah,
or
I
in
gotcha.
League of Legends where we did play. Yeah.
Oh, that's
together.
great. Well, I want to talk about your future and what you guys coming up. Isaac, anything coming up for you in the future, and your future prospects?
Well,
Projects?
I just hope to cast as many events I can in CS:GO. Definitely, I have my own esport organization as well. So
Do you mind talking about that and how that started?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it started a year ago on a LAN event. I did. It was like a project where I've picked some players from like talented players from Polish scene, and I went into a tournament with them. And when I was testing, I've tested like 200 players in Poland, and I've realized how many talented players we have on Polish CS:GO scene, who didn't really have a chance to show themselves in
That's
the world.
what Innocent was telling us.
Yeah. So that's something I realized, and I've decided to create something to just try to give a chance to 5 players to create a team to make their dreams come true, to make them become pro, to give them contracts like
It's
special.
really cool
treatment,
hearing that
like
just when Innocent was telling us that that's what the Polish scene needs, and
Yeah.
that's what. And there's so much potential here, but there needs to be direction.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going pretty well, I guess, because like 2 years ago we just had Virtus Pro and Kingwin, and now we have like 6 or 7 organizations with professional contracts and stuff like that.
What's
so
your organization called?
Izak and Nervarien.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's from my name, and yeah, I mean, doing it, like doing an organization, starting an organization is so difficult with so many problems I had no idea about. But yeah, it was something I really wanted to do for the Polish CS:GO scene, because I just want Polish CS:GO scene to develop. I want Polish esport to grow, and I think it did some rumors, and it did some stuff on Polish CS:GO scene, even though I don't get like results I was hoping for after a year. But yeah, it's something I realized after all the problems and stuff, that it's not that easy, that I have to be really patient with it. Yeah, it's a long way.
It's great to have this perspective from you guys, as both of you are doing what you can to raise up Polish esports and esports as a whole within your own disciplines, Counter-Strike and League of Legends. So I think that's really cool. By the way, this match is turning intense. I don't know what's
match
going
point.
on.
Fnatic
Fnatic
side.
is up 15-14.
But FaZe is totally going to tie this. There's no way that
FaZe
they
is
don't.
T-side.
Well, I mean, Fnatic still had money, so they're playing full.
Indeed.
And yeah, it's their map.
But the weapons on FaZe isn't that bad.
Yeah, they just won a round. It was 15 to 13.
Yep.
And it did manage to win a round. But
All right, it's getting intense. Now, I want to go to Nervarien. I understand you are currently working on a new studio, or you have a studio in construction. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. We wanted to go bigger this year. I mean, we started last year with the commentating LCS, only Europe. In this year, we went with America as well because of the franchising and whatnot. And we thought that we could use some bigger space to make better stuff. We are thinking about commenting Korea as well, maybe. But we lack commentators at the moment. But we should get bigger. But the studio, it's getting late a bit. It should be up already but there were some problems, and I hope we will be done before the playoffs, which starts in like 3 weeks, I believe. So yeah, I hope it will be done.
You said you're liking casters. What would you say to someone watching right now or to people that want to become maybe not a pro player but involved in the esports scene? How do you become a League of Legends caster? Where do you start?
I say just start doing it and just do it whenever you can and try to get yourself in whatever you can, like every event, and just be out there. Just show what
Make
you
your
can
own
do.
content until
Yeah.
they notice you?
Yeah, like there's so many people that could do something, but they're afraid, I think, to just try. And all you have to do is just try, and maybe it will work.
Only Gunk actually wants to know, how do you feel about being in the forefront of Polish commentators?
Well, I mean, this is something I've been doing for, well, almost 10 years, I guess. And yeah, I did play CSGO competitively and Source as well. So I think that I understand the game pretty well. So I guess it was pretty easy for me to just show some stuff for Polish people, for Polish viewers, some stuff that other casters couldn't because they didn't play competitively. So I was talking a lot about like inside of the game, like why did they do that? Why did they choose side A or side B? Why did they push or rush this position, stuff like that? And I was just growing this community for 5 years now. And I think that people really like me to cast because I was from the beginning of CS:GO growth. You know, I was there when nobody really watched CS:GO. I was there casting Virtus Pro events, even though they weren't Virtus Pro at the time. So I think that made me that popular, I guess, and that made me like the most popular caster, I guess, because I was just from the beginning. I was there always. I was there with Virtus Pros tournaments and stuff like that. So yeah.
I mean, same question for you,
Yeah, what was
Nervarien.
the question? I didn't hear it.
Or how does it feel to be on the forefront of Polish commentators?
It feels good. I mean, I've been doing like for 2 years maybe, right now. It's not that long like Isaac, but I feel good doing it, and I want to be better with every day.
How do you get better? How do you
Um,
become a better caster?
I think just doing it and rewatching your VODs to see what you can improve on.
Damien, I have another question for you. This one a little bit more specific. A couple people in the chat want to know what you think about Lee Sin and Riot's last patch on deleting the Knife of the Hunter, and if this champion's even playable or not.
Oh yeah, I think it might be dead. Sadly, like 'cause they took the item, which is like you had to have it. Use the words to ward jump, and without it, it's pretty hard. I mean, you have trinkets and the control words, so you can use it, but it's not as good that much. And the meta in jungle is pretty much tank only, and Lee Sin is not that much of a tank, so I think it's not that good right now. But it might be better later on.
And by the way, we're into overtime
Yeah, I'm watching all the time.
in game number 2. Sorry if
Isaac-
I'm really distracted.
Isaac, a question from you from the chat real quick. Rolls wants to know, do you plan on setting up a team in any other titles except for, or besides Counter-Strike?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely thinking about it, but I just want a CS:GO team to just grow, you know, with the results and stuff. I mean, this is the priority for me because I wanted to grow probably CS:GO scene. So I think we won't have another team before my CS:GO team just, you know, gets higher with the ranks.
Do you want it to be an only Polish team? We see a lot of international teams starting to rise up, especially with FaZe going on right now. Would you mind any other people coming to Poland and then playing on your team?
Well, not really. I mean, I just wanted to build this team to make Polish community grow, and I'm definitely trying to help Polish people.
Okay.
To just give them a chance to become better and better, to play competitively, to give them contracts, to make them grow.
So it's not about making the best CS:GO team right now. It's about making the best CS Polish team right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I mean,
Okay.
I want a Polish team that's gonna go to Europe, that's gonna go to European events or just world events. I know this is really difficult. I had no idea that it's gonna be this difficult. But it is. So we'll definitely need some fresh moves, I guess, to maybe just bring some more experienced players to the team as well. Well, I have no idea what to do right now to make it become like as good as AGO, for example, which is like the second Polish team right now. Maybe some would say that it's like the best Polish team right
is
now.
it the second?
Yeah, so I'm just hoping to create a team, something like Ago right now. But it's really difficult. You need to be lucky as well with the people who are like really ambitious, who are really focused on the game, not about other stuff like social media, about likes and stuff. You just need like 5 professional players in their mind, not because of the contract. They need to be professional because they just want to win. This is like the main thing.
You touched on something pretty interesting, I think, which is mentality, both in esports and I feel as commentators as well. As someone who's commentated and who's hosted, you're running into feedback all the time. Do you guys have thoughts on that? What kind of feedback you see on your commentary, and what you kind of naturally filter for yourself, and how you adjust what you're doing based on what you're seeing people say?
Well, I think that the feedback from people is really really important because they listen to you every day if you cast. So sometimes it's just good to listen to their advice. Of course, there's like much hate in the internet as well. So you need to filter some messages from people, like what are like really serious messages that you should focus about, and what are just hateful messages, just trying to make you go out
Ruffle
of
your
control.
feathers.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult, I guess, but because I can read a lot of hateful comments like that. You suck. You're a terrible caster. But I see these numbers of people watching. I'm like, I don't think I want to say, 'cause, there are like obviously people who want to watch me and think that I'm a good caster. But definitely listening to feedback is really important. I listen to feedback a lot. You can read some messages that you're like bored sometimes, but because when it comes to international casters, there are like 6 casters for every event. So when there are like 4 best of 3, sometimes these pairs just switch after every game. So these casters just cast 1, maximum 2 matches in one day. And when it comes to Polish people casting, like me, for example,
All
I'm
day.
alone, it's just, it's like...
Every
like
match.
Sometimes it's like casting for 15 hours, which is crazy. So these last games are just so terrible. Sometimes, I'm just closed in my mind. So I can just shut myself for like 30 seconds. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Oh, I'm casting a game. Yeah, so I continue speaking, but it's just so difficult sometimes. So I know that I don't have that much energy as I did at the beginning. But yeah, definitely listening to people is definitely important, and I'm pretty sure that it's good. Well, it will be better for the Polish audience and for Polish casters as well to have like at least 4 casters, like 2 casters and 2 experts for every tournament to just switch. So to cast like 2
Allow a
games
break.
maximum. Yeah, to just cast for 6 hours maximum, because you lose energy, you lose yourself in this, and it's really difficult to cast after 12 or 15 hours. So it will definitely make this level grow to another level.
Navarien, same question to you as far as
I'd say the feedback is useful, but it's really often that people just say that you're bad or you're good. Like
not constructive.
Yeah, not constructive. That's a really big problem. But sometimes I get a like really constructive message to what work on, and it's really nice. But like I said, it's really not that much.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well, guys, honestly, I feel like when you're commentating these tournaments, especially when you're speaking towards how tough it can be, I want to ask about your strategies or the different ways you stay fresh, or maybe the different ways you practice at home, or ways you improve yourselves as commentators. Can you speak on that?
Well, like one of the most important things here is coffee.
Yep, we know that.
Like, yeah, like lots of coffee. It helps definitely. So like at the end of the day, when I have to cast, I need a coffee before like every map, I guess, and it definitely helps. But in these in these biggest tournaments, if you're really passionate about it, you don't really care about you being tired, because when you watch these crazy intense games, you watch these crazy situations where players win like 1v4 and crucial moments of the game, you just forget about being tired, because like this round can make you like really energetic for 10 more rounds, and in these games these rounds happen like all the time, so I guess it's not that hard, even though you're tired. When you're watching a crazy intense game, it's really easy.
I actually have another question for both of you guys. DJ Sisio from Twitch wants to know, how do you think esports will change in your respective areas? for League of Legends and CS:GO.
Yeah, I heard that in Europe they will be franchising as well in next years.
Wow,
Like,
really?
yeah, they wanted to go with the 4 regions in Europe, but they said like maybe franchising will be good, but who knows? Like in America, in NBA and whatnot, there is franchising, but in Europe we always have leagues and not a franchising thing. So I'm not sure if it's a good way to do it. And like Europe always had the problems in LCS, sadly. Like every time people say that America is really lucky with Riot Games because they do all the things they want, and Europe, not so much. So I hope that they will put more focus on Europe, just so it can be better.
What happens in the LCS finals when you have some teams that are franchised and then some teams that are not franchised? How does that work together?
You mean in America?
Well, you say like in Europe they're not going to like have franchising. In North America they do have franchising right now. At Worlds it's an international tournament. Do you think that's going to cause any conflicts? No?
Oh no, I don't think so. Like on Worlds, like there's few teams from every region, so about the franchising, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Nervarien, would you actually consider building your own organization in League of Legends?
I think it's too much. I mean, I'm doing already too much. Like I don't have that much of a free time, so doing a additional stuff will be just really too hard, I think. So yeah, not
You don't
right
want
now.
to create Nervarien pandas or something?
Maybe one day, but not right now.
By the way, quick update on the match. Fnatic up 18-16 in overtime. So this game too is looking pretty fun. And speaking of games,
We have one for you.
we have a game for you guys. It is an obstacle course in Counter-Strike. Who wants to go first?
Isaac. Show me the way.
Isaac,
I
you're
want to go
going
first.
first.
show me the way. Hey,
I know that way.
I didn't play for like two years in CS:GO.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, you need to show me how to do it.
All right, Isaac, you're going to go join Brittany over at the Predator desk right there.
Okay.
The fastest time we have,
We just had it.
a 45-second time, beating this.
Right.
It was
Okay.
it was the third attempt, but
The third
still,
attempt, yeah.
it's the fastest we've seen. We're interested in science
You
here. We're
can
trying to see
sit
how
or
fast
stand.
we can really go.
Pretty much obstacle course. It's going to come natural to you. However, when you cross that red line, that's when the timer's going to start.
I think Isaac's going to
Okay.
set our
And,
record.
and feel free to
it's
change
gonna
the
be tough.
sensitivity or whatever settings you need to
Sure.
change.
He's going to set the record in his first try.
So I have a couple of tries, or?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. No one's ever checked out the intro area.
You're right.
That's good. You never know. What there might be something that can help you out.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Move it
make
a
it
bit.
comfortable for you.
Okay.
This isn't the first time I've challenged you.
Of course, Nervarien,
What happens if I fall?
you're a League
It
of Legends
starts you
player,
over at
but
the
we're going to have you step
which
up to
is
the
right now.
plate here.
Oh, it's okay. I used to play CS:GO like 80 hours maybe in
Yeah.
my life, but I played 1.6 CS back in the days, like
Back
a
in
lot.
the day, right?
Like a
we,
lot.
we would sneak into our debate class in high school and play there. That's where everyone played 1.6,
nice.
me growing up. All right, how did actually you and Isaac meet and get to know each other?
We
it
started
still
pretty
goes,
much
right?
like
Yes.
on the same time, and there was this site yarok.pl, which recruited new streamers, and
Ah.
we met on some party together, and yeah, that was it.
And he's like a cool guy, so
Yeah.
you're like okay to hang out with him.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
All right,
Ooh.
we're seeing him make some headway
Oh,
through this
no.
obstacle course.
Damien, actually, I have another question for you from chat. K448 wants to know, what do you think about Kane in this new meta? Meta.
What?
Kane?
Oh, Kane.
Shoot the sign. Shoot the sign,
Yeah,
and then turn right.
there's a problem with
Turn right?
Kane.
Yeah.
It's like I said
Last
before,
half.
there's only tank meta in jungle.
Mhm.
So I think that Kane is not that good right now. Because that's
What? Oh
not the
no!
meta.
And that was, I know.
It's looking really hard.
You can feel the tension.
Would you ever consider playing professionally in the league scene?
I tried before, but it's too much. No, it's too hard. I
Yep.
just.
A minute and 5 seconds.
Oh,
and
that's,
Wow.
That's a really good first time.
You want to try it again now that
Of
you...
course.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now that
I
you know
like
it.
it.
That's
I
good.
like it.
Oh,
Who was it?
I
He was like,
can't
no, get me
lose.
out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. I forgot who did that. It was
I
You
think
know
that
who
was
had
our
the
second
fastest
interview
time,
today.
right?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Nanya.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, he was here.
he was here,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
we have all the best people here.
Okay.
All right. Try number one.
But you
pretty
beat
amazing.
Freiburg's time.
Very good.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
I like the speed in the front there. Platform going on the right hand side. I feel like
The confidence.
going with the cycle is easier. You don't have to run against it.
Well, much like when you play League of Legends or CS:GO, so many times you have to
good.
understand the mobility of it all and the nuances of each
Good-
map.
yeah.
This map right here is so technical. You don't know what's going to happen.
I don't want to make you nervous, Isaac, but your time is pretty good right now.
Why would you jinx it?
Just don't think about falling.
No,
Just-
it's fine.
Oh, he actually.
A
Oh,
little
no.
unlucky here.
No.
No.
You're going to have to crouch through that square. Oh, no. The other direction.
Oh, this is so far away.
Yeah.
Oh, the stress is real.
The full tilt.
Yeah.
We're still going to see a faster time? Oh, no. We got the square again.
Oh.
Wait for the rectangle.
Oh my goodness.
Navarian's taking notes over here.
Yeah, I'm looking what he's doing.
I
will repeat that.
You can do one more, I think. Yeah, one more.
One.
Yeah, why not? Let's go another here. He was so close to getting a super smooth one.
Yeah, then you told me that I'm good.
I know. I won't say
Yeah.
anything. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Being still
I'll
stuck.
stop. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, Alex is not allowed to talk throughout the
Take
next
his microphone away. Okay.
And it's 18-18.
Oh,
This
what?
is so intense.
Yeah.
How did they come back? Fnatic looked like they were going to have that winner. It was going to be it.
Let's do it.
Okay. There's two intense games going on right now.
I know.
One, the
I don't
obstacle
know which
course.
one to watch. Or try to watch both.
And I had a question asked by chat earlier. Would you encourage your children to pursue a career in, or just for fun, like a hobby in streaming or in esports? One day when you have children.
I think I need to start again.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's okay. This is way too serious for
Let's
Isaac.
do it. Like,
You know, yeah, you
nobody's
know. What
watching. Yeah. I know
Yeah.
to
is
do it.
that was that question for Damien?
Both of them. The chat.
Well,
wants
let's
to know
let
if somebody
Damien
wants one.
answer while Isaac focuses on
Yeah.
setting the world record.
I think
Yeah.
why not? I mean, I would support everything what he would like to do.
Yeah.
So if you like computers and esports, yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
How does your family feel? Do they support you?
Yeah, right now, sure. Not so much before, because my grades were not that good.
And that was reflective of playing too much League of Legends?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, no,
Waiting for
no.
this one. This is not fair.
Such a tricky little area there. And everything
nice.
about this map has to do with just the kind of little bit of timing and hoping it works
Yeah,
out
exactly.
okay.
You need to be lucky as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Damien, you were talking about your family and how they view League of Legends.
It's Don's fault.
What? We haven't seen that before.
No. I'm sorry, Damien. We don't mean to keep interrupting you.
It's okay. Let's just focus on this.
Okay.
It's the 2 times.
Oh,
Okay.
Better.
Hey,
So.
we'll take it. I think that puts you in the top 4.
I would say top 4 or top 5.
Top 4, top 5.
But now,
You
the
beat me.
secret weapon,
Okay, here we
Ready
go.
to try it?
Damien,
yeah.
it's like
Okay.
riding a
Good.
bike.
It's like riding a bike.
And Isaac, I guess we get to watch some Counter-Strike too at the same
Yeah.
time. Look at this. FaZe up 19 to 18 now.
Right?
All right.
Yeah,
If,
FaZe
if
is crazy good in overtimes. Just
Oh, really? Yeah.
crazy good. Yeah, because well, they have like
All
really
right, once you cross the red line, your
good
timer's
players.
Oh, yeah,
like,
okay.
like in their mind, so like they're like really strong mentally. So.
Yeah.
does it have to do anything with the coach as well? Can you talk to me a little bit about FaZe's coach?
Well, I don't know him pretty good. I think it's all about the players in the overtime. You know, it's all about their mind and trying to stay focused to just give some new ideas, like how to win these important rounds, because like every round counts.
slow and steady wins
Right.
the race, right?
All right, slow and steady wins the race.
Maybe?
There's no need to rush. This is like a platformer almost.
At least the early start, and the you have to hope that the rotations are going well for you, and especially those punching bags on this map, right there.
no.
Close. Trying to watch both of these at the same time. I'm sure some people at home using both of their Acer monitors to watch both of these streams.
Of course, to get that insight into the mind of professionals and to watch
oh,
the
pick up the gun.
professionals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
built
and then you're
by,
gonna shoot it, and it's gonna open the door right here.
monitor, like 240 hertz. It's so cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I recommend.
Yeah. We were actually
Honestly.
talking a lot about the
Honestly.
240
I
hertz
did-
monitor.
Honestly, this monitor is really good. It's
Did
really
you
good.
say Acer 240 hertz?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I got the same one actually.
Yeah, it's
like
full HD.
yep.
How does it
I
feel
got
different?
it 2 months ago as a
Well,
Christmas
I
present
mean,
for myself.
I did have like a 27-inch
Next
monitor
one.
because Acer had a 27 inch.
I had that one too. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, and well, I did have like a 2K monitor, but I still prefer.
Oh, okay.
120
25
inches
seconds.
though.
That's still
Yeah.
better than some
Okay.
people.
I would like to go
Yeah,
one more
so-
time.
You want to?
So
Okay.
Acer monitor is really good
Let's
with.
do
I
this.
can do better.
Because it's
I
full
think.
HD, so it's
Yeah.
better.
Now that you have a
It's like-
feel for
yeah,
it.
Pixels are really
Okay.
really nice. Well,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend this monitor.
Like I'm
for
trying to
single players.
figure out the best way to describe going from 60 to 240, right? And it
Nice.
might be as simple as just moving the mouse, where it's like, you don't know, you feel like you're in the monitor or something. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, the difference is huge.
Yeah.
Isaac, I actually have a question. Well, chat. I saw that chat was asking this question, and unfortunately, I don't have the chat up, so I don't know who asked it specifically. But there seems to be some gaming or technology classes or programs in the University of Warsaw. Do you have any thoughts about this and esports and gaming coming into universities?
That's a cool question.
Well, I mean, there are lots of things to do in esports, like technically as well. So there's lots of programming as well. So I'm pretty sure that you can do some really cool stuff if you're good with programming. You can definitely do some crazy stuff with CS:GO, with the websites, for example, as well. So if somebody is really passionate about gaming and he really likes to program, he can definitely think of some new cool stuff, because there are still lots of things to discover in esports when it comes to like programs,
Yeah.
special sites and stuff like that. So, well, if somebody's passionate about games, well,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend to do something with it. Like, if you're creative, you have ideas. Well, you learn yourself. You learn how to program in like different languages, programming languages. You can definitely do some crazy stuff.
And there's so many different things that
Well-
apply to esports, like production,
Yeah, exactly.
journalism, business, marketing. You know.
Yeah,
s-
exactly.
it-
There are,
it-
like,
Okay.
lots of stuff to do now.
2 seconds.
Not bad, not bad.
123.
Pretty good.
I like it.
All right.
That's
You
enough.
good?
Thank
I
you.
wanna-
Okay.
He's like, all right, that's good, that's good.
We're talking a lot about CS and League of Legends, but I've been asking all of our guests, are there any games you're playing currently that are not what you're known for? So no, besides Counter-Strike, what are you playing?
Well, I'm pretty known now for Fortnite, definitely. So I just like battle royale games. I did play H1Z1, and then I've played PUBG, and then I've switched to Fortnite, and I love it. Definitely, it's like it's something fresh. It's
What
something
is it? What do you love about it?
Well, it's so cool to just trying to compete with like 100 other players in one single game. So whenever you win, it feels so good to win against so many other players who are fighting for the wins, and it's pretty cool. And well, yeah, I just love, for example, when I'm streaming Fortnite, I just love how the chat reacts, because I'm pretty good at Fortnite. And I can do some crazy stuff, and it's just so cool to watch chat react to all your crazy shots, like all your crazy situations, what you do. So yeah, I just love the game because it's really dynamic. Like you can just play over it like all the time. Even if you die, you can start over again, and like after a minute or two, you're down again. You can
Right.
still like compete with others.
Unlike
so
in
it's, like, really-
CS,
really
where
fast.
if it's going bad in CS, you're stuck with that game for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, well, still, but when you're playing matchmakings, and even if you win, it's like it doesn't feel that good as in the battle royale games, because well, you play this game and it's very difficult to win in these games for players who don't like play it all the time. So
And Damien, any games you're playing right now?
Yeah, I play Fortnite too a lot, but not on the stream because I'm not that good, and people like to flame me when I do something wrong. So I just play off stream. I used to play some Hearthstone as well,
Nice.
but it's too tilting for me. The RNG is, I hate it.
You ever play Magic the Gathering?
Oh no, I did not.
Oh, it's great. It's less RNG Hearthstone.
Oh,
Any games coming out that you're looking out for, or games you're hoping to get into?
not really
Well,
for me, I think.
right now, probably like single-player games like
Cool.
The Last of Us 2, because
Sure.
I love Uncharted and The Last of Us as well. So I'm definitely looking out for it. Probably Red Dead Redemption as well. So like PlayStation games actually. But right now I love to play Fortnite. So that's definitely something I'm focusing about. Well, maybe there will be some tournaments in Fortnite as well.
Damien, what do you think about the new champion in League of Legends?
Oh, the Kaisa. It's really weird, I think. It's a hybrid. It's like an ID carry, but can be played AP carry. It's just weird, and I wonder if it's gonna be the same as a PBE. I think they might change it a bit, because it won't fit in the meta, I think. Like, this champion won't be that good, I feel like. But we'll see. She should be up in a few days, I think, on the server, so we'll see.
And then also, one last thing from the chat. Isaac, everyone wants you to tell the boar story.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I've actually never told this story in English, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
Do it.
yeah, it's a story of me like being drunk and my days of youth, you know. when I was
Sounds
a
good
kid.
already.
So like last weekend or?
Yeah, it was like 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago now. Well, I don't even know. But yeah, anyway, I was living in the south of Warsaw at the time, and we have a forest in Warsaw. And there were like lots of student parties there in the forest. We had fires and we were all drinking booze, of course. Just with the fresh air and stuff, with guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, yeah, it was just a day like this. So I was there at the party. Well, it was like a 20 minutes walk away from my house, from my flat at the time. And yeah, after some drinks, I've decided that I'm just probably too wasted and I have to go home. Even though my friends tried to convince me to stay because I was going to walk alone in the forest, and it was really dark. So they're pretty scared of me. I was just telling them that it's fine. That I've walked this road for many times, so I can still get home and it's gonna be fine. Of course, being completely drunk. So yeah, and I started walking, and it was so dark. And I had a Nokia 3510 at the time. I think it was just it wasn't a smartphone. It was just a phone. So I was just walking in the forest with my phone. It didn't have a torchlight. I was just
That tiny little
my way
screen.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see much, but yeah, I was walking with it.
So it's pretty dark.
It was really dark.
Ah.
Yeah, and well, I wasn't scared at the time because I was really drunk, so I didn't really care what's gonna happen. But yeah, after walking for like 10 minutes. I saw a boar just standing in front of me like 10 meters away because there was some light from the moon, I guess. I saw the boar and I was like, oh my god.
How big was this?
Well, it was pretty big.
Oh.
Yeah,
Boars can
You
get
don't
huge.
want to mess with boars.
No, they're
Yeah,
dangerous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was scared at the time, even though I was drunk. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And so I just stood there and was like staring at it.
Was it like looking at you?
Yeah,
It was like
looking
a
at me,
spirit
like,
animal.
preparing for an attack. So I was just so scared at the time, and I don't know why, but I remember a story about dinosaurs.
You
I was
shouted at it
drunk,
or something,
okay?
right? You
Okay,
yell
okay.
at it,
So
right?
I remember a story about velociraptors that they actually they reacted to movement. So I was like,
You're remembering
maybe-
this in the moment where you're facing death.
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
intoxicated.
I don't know why. I mean, well,
The greatest thing is that no one's actually ever met a velociraptor. So
Yeah.
there's no concrete evidence
Whatever.
here.
but still, I was like, yeah, maybe it reacts to movements. I was just standing there without any movement, but this boar was still there, and I was like, okay, I had to get home. So I started like moving like really small, like really slowly. So I was like moving like with like small steps, trying to just go around him to just maybe survive this night. Yeah, I was like walking like really slow, and it all took like 15 minutes to just get around him.
And he was just still chilling.
Yeah, he was still chilling, and after I moved around, and it turned out that it wasn't a boar; it was just a trash bin.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the story about the boar who actually wasn't a boar; it was just a trash bin.
Is that why your team is called Isaac
Yeah,
the Boar?
that's because of the story that everybody who knows me knows the story about the boar, and me in the forest being completely drunk.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that in
Yeah,
English for the first
I
time.
told the story after like 3 or 4 years because I was so embarrassed about it. I told no one for like 3 days. I was just keeping it for myself. And I'm like, after like 3 years, and it was like a party with my friends, and we were telling like silly stories from us being drunk. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I told him the story. I told it I told the story on my stream, and well, it just went to my YouTube as well. So yeah, like crazy stuff in my student times.
That's a great story.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
whoever recommended that in the chat.
Pretty much everyone did.
Oh, well, there you go.
Pretty much. And Nervarien, do
Good
you
job,
have any
chat.
funny stories for us?
I don't have that.
How do you
good of a
match up
story.
with that?
The craziest thing that's happened at a League of Legends event or an esports event you've been to?
I don't know.
No? It's been pretty sane for you? No crazy boars?
Today, a guy asked me if he can go with a mustache, like with Madrid.
What'd you say?
Did
Did you cut one off for him?
No.
No.
To just do a photo.
Oh.
Okay.
We did.
Yeah. Well, actually, I meant to ask, how is it like interacting with people that you know, guys? Because I know doing content all the time, you don't have as much time to actually meet or get to know people. I'm sure you're able to do that a lot at this event in particular.
Yeah.
Can you talk about meeting your fans?
Yeah, it's really nice on the events. Like people who want to meet you can meet you here. Because I mean, when we are outside, not so much. I think it's hard to get us somewhere. And when we are here on IEM, we can meet with people. And it's always nice to talk to people who watch us every day.
Yeah, it's like the best part about stream is like, well, you have viewers, but well, you kind of feel, and probably they feel it too, that you're kind of friends. So when I'm on events like this, and whenever I'm meeting fans and I'm talking with them, they're just talking to me like we are friends. So they are
They know you, right?
calling me like names from my stream or bringing some different stories from my stream, and it's so cool because you just feel that you're among friends, not among your viewers, or that you're like a star. I don't feel like a star here. I'm just feeling that I'm just hanging out with my friends, then they just take lots of pictures with me. That's all.
Yeah, and that is a super unique thing about streaming and that live
Yeah.
feedback, and you're building a community almost.
Yeah, and it's different from YouTube, I think, because on YouTube, well, you record videos, you put it on YouTube, then maybe you read comments, maybe you reply sometimes, but on stream, you just talk with your viewers all the time. So it's like a whole different level of bond, you know, of friendship. So I think you're much closer to your viewers if you're a streamer, not a YouTuber.
Well, guys, we're about to wrap it up here, but thank you so much for joining us on the set here, and I want to give you the opportunity to let people know about where they can find you or any shout-outs you want to give to the audience.
Well, definitely Twitch, So I'm Izak with 3 O's at the end, because Izak was taken already when I was doing an account. So it's twitch.tv/Izak000. Yeah, and it's like probably the most important place for me to visit me. Maybe my YouTube as well. You can just type Izak Live on YouTube and you can find me.
Do you have a Twitter or social media though where you post where you're going live?
Yeah, well, I do put it on Facebook. I think it's Izak TV on Facebook and Izak Live on Twitter, just like on Instagram as well.
Okay, for me it's pretty much always Nervarien, like on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, YouTube.
Yeah, you don't have to use Nervarieno.
Oh, no. I have a Nervarien on Twitter, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone took the Nervarien. Bastards.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Appeal.
So, yeah.
Get it back. Any other places people can find you?
That's it.
Is there anything you want to say to your Polish fans?
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for supporting us for so many years, because this is crazy that we are still here. They still want to watch us. Yeah, it's been a long way, and it's still gonna be a long way for us. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yep.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here. Kelly, any final thoughts for you?
This has been amazing, and I just want to thank everyone again that was a part of this Intel ESL and Predator Gaming, of course. Thank you for allowing us to be here and allowing us to interview so many amazing people. And guys, thank you for chatting with us.
Thanks. It was cool.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And again, thank you everyone for watching, and to all our guests who have been on the set all week long. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here and talk to everyone and get all the insights. So hopefully you guys stay tuned to the events we have going on. Other than that, we're done here. Brittany, back to you.
All right, just to add on to that, thank you so much for hanging out with me in the chat. This has been an amazing event. IEM Katowice, they say legacies are born here, and this event in itself has just absolutely been incredible. We have had amazing guests, and you know what? I've seen some of you guys hanging out with all of us throughout all of our different interviews and segments, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Predator Gaming. Thank you, Predator Prime Talks, IEM, Intel, everyone. We'll see you next time.
There's power hidden inside all of us. Once you find it, there's no turning back. So choose your weapon, your champion, your challenge, and game on. Summon your strength.